Hello and welcome to an exciting match with a couple of teams making it off to one of the finals, the lower finals, in fact, between Mango Nectar and Blue Rose. The loser is unfortunately going to be getting kicked out of the tournament. Their run will end here, but the winner will be heading off against one of the strongest teams in B League, Hidden King. So I hope that these two teams are going to be in for a good little fight. But I am here with my amazing co-caster, Denji.
Hello. Yeah, the fun fact about these two teams, the last time these two teams clashed with each other, me and Bowser ended up casting that one. That was in week 5 to decide who would take number 1 seed and who would fall to second. Mango Nectar won that one 2-0 to decide. So Blue Rose is kind of looking to get a little revenge against Mango Nectar. As you can see the standings, yeah, both teams did end up 3-1 in the Barbarian side, but because Mango Nectar 2-0'd Blue Rose in that final match, that meant they barely just took the number 1 seed away.
Yeah, indeed. And that little final fight there at the end of playoffs really did seal the difference between these two teams. But both teams nevertheless getting a bye into that playoff round. And so I hope that these two teams, having had a little bit of experience now in these playoffs, will hopefully see a little bit of a difference in how that played out. But as you can see from the bracket of these playoffs between these two teams, Hidden King got on quite a run here, getting 3-0s consistently throughout the season, heading up into the grand finals with Mango Nectar, one of the few teams that have taken a map away. But as you can also see as well, Blue Rose having gone through as the lower bracket here through round 2, round 3, and now into the finals to perhaps make a return to the grand finals.
Yeah, but last time these two teams met, Mango Nectar had seemed to figure out all the wacky components that because Blue Rose likes to run some weird stuff. Keep your eye out for the domination Roadhog. He loves to play the Roadhog, and Mango Nectar was like one of the only teams to actually find an answer to that outside of Hidden King, who 3-0'd them upper. So, and of course, Mango Nectar, both teams have a lot of role stars on both sides. So Mango Nectar, the big thing with Mango Nectar is they have the MVP of D League in Fish.
Oh yes, and so they've got plenty of good members on their team, but you really do need to be looking out for Blue Rose. I remember casting the previous match against Hongsa, where, as you said, Blue Rose, they brought out some ridiculous things. Domination going with that hog, being airlifted around by the cat as well, going fishing with the hook, and finding plenty of juicy kills to really seal the deal against Hongsa. But if you want to catch that, you better go and watch the VOD. But stick around, because we still have plenty of things coming up in this match. First, let's have a quick look at these rosters.
So Mango Nectar, you got Kernmaster, Blinded, and Strudel on the DPS line. Fish being the only tank on this roster, so well, big job for him. And then Big Brain, Sandy, and Corey, also known as Saga, filling out the support backline. Been a pretty solid team when they have their full roster. I think in their loss to Hidden King, they were down both Blinded and Strudel, so they needed a ringer. So it was Kernmaster and a ringer. So not at full strength when they played Hidden King last time in that upper before dropping down to lower finals. But I believe they are at full strength this time. So big thing is like I said earlier, they have the MVP. They have of V League being Fish, who also is a role star in the tank role as well. Kernmaster also won role star for DPS, as well as Corey and Big Brain winning a role star for support. So this team loaded with role stars as well as the MVP.
Well, that seems like a team that you've got to be cautious about, with so many players taking up those coveted star roles and MVPs as well. But we are unfortunately going to be facing off against Blue Rose, who have been making themselves out to be one of the top teams in this tournament so far, although we are in the last few teams remaining. As you can see, Domination choosing to flex over between DPS, tank, and support, but I wouldn't be surprised to be seeing them on the hog at some point this series. Well, Best Beans is their only team member who is actually new to BPL. The rest of them have quite a lot of experience, some familiar names that you might have seen before too.
Yeah, and I like to point out that despite this roster being a para roster, paras are really good at putting these like big super team rosters or really strong rosters together. Only one of these guys actually won Role Star in their role. Gala, the only one actually winning the Role Star at DPS. Nobody else got a Role Star, MVP, or anything on this Blue Rose roster outside of Gala getting that DPS Role Star nod.
Yeah, I mean, perhaps as individuals they might not be as strong, but as a team they are far more of a powerful unit, going for some rather ridiculous silly strategies that we all love to see. And you don't really do that if you're truly having fun, and I think that's really the main thing to be taking away. If you're having fun, then you're going to be 20% better at least, right, just by having good mental into the games that you are playing. But Tenchi, I believe that you've also been playing in BPL this season. How has your season gone for you?
Oh, sitting in grand finals on C League, waiting for a date to be scheduled for that. So really pretty good experience. This is my second time going to grand finals. I went to grand finals last season as well with Par's org, with Umti University, which was a Par org. So now I'm up against the Par org and TMN grand finals. So back-to-back grand finals appearances. And see, not bad. Freefall has been the only team that actually did give us trouble. They kind of figured out what we like to do. Patchy's Nuba in lower finals, that was a 5-man banger. If you haven't seen that, go watch it. It actually was a pretty back and forth series. But Patchy, I honestly think it came down to Patchy shot themselves in the foot with the ban phase on map 5. They got PTSD from Rox May. Banned the Mei despite having taken Walla and Ani, who both can play the Mei pretty well, and then they let us ban out the Lucio, which you kind of need Lucio to run. You kind of need the Lucio to run the Reaper Zar comp to allow the Lucio to speed the Zar route and Reaper Zar route, but they left that open, so they kind of shot themselves in the foot with that. They probably could have beaten us if they didn't, but because they were giving us trouble with that comp at first. But it's been a pretty good season for us. Funny enough is going in the top 4, I think my team was the only team that survived out of Cleric pool. And see,
oh no,
the entire every team in the pool that we were in, Yagarasu, Goblin Goobers, demonetized. They all got kicked before they got kicked. So by the time we got the final 4, it's Patchy, Chosen, us, and Freefall, and we were like, man, maybe the other pool actually was stronger than our pool.
Hey, well, now you're repping Group Cleric in the grand finals, so I hope that all the teams in your group are going to be cheering you on whenever that final gets played and streamed. I'm certainly looking forward to seeing that, and I hope that you certainly do the best that you very can, and whatever strategies you have as well against Freefall, I hope you have some planned.
We got something. We're working on something. Freefall. I specifically want to be Freefall really badly because they have Donk on the roster, and Donk beat me in season 6 and knocked me out of playoffs in season 6 in BPL. See, so trying to get my get back at him for doing that. And this is a mission to Donk. Stigmere me.
Oh, I love the call out there, but we do have a different match on our hands though between Mango Nectar and Blue Rose. I'm looking forward to this. But we do have the schedule of finals being shown as well, so make sure that you catch for those when you can. But a lot of them are to be decided, so we'll have to wait and see for those. And if you do want to catch when those happen, then you better be following us on the social media to find out when these are live and when these are happening so that you can catch them.
Yeah, the other one I believe taking place tomorrow. Tomorrow is the rematch of upper round 2 or 1. I'm trying to remember. I think it's upper round 2 of A League, which is Amatori versus Odin. Odin had the most heartbreaking way dropping the lower bracket. They had the game in their hands, and then they got reverse swept by Amatori. So Odin definitely looking to get some revenge against Amatori tomorrow when that match happens at 8 p.m.
Indeed. But I do have a different question, though, that I think is far more important. How many Ajaxes do you think we're going to see in this match?
It's hard to say nowadays because Lucio just has kind of like not been perma meta.
Played,
like, he always is perma. He usually was like always like permanent like through, and then we got the introduction of Mizuki and Jetpack Cat, and then Lucio got nerfed, and Jetpack Cat and Mizuki got buffed, and then it was just like Lucio kind of just slowly got forced out of the meta. He's still playable. He still can be played, but I think we're probably gonna see more, especially if Blue Rose opts to run like that hog comp. They're probably gonna play Jetpack Cat more often, just to airlift the hog and drop it on somebody's head. And last time these two teams played, I think the only team that actually did play Lucio was Mango Nectar, because Saga is more like that traditional main support player in terms of not like the newer main supports, more like the basic main, like the tried and true main supports back before all these new heroes got added, which was Lucio Brig. Saga's pretty much just like been like the Lucio guy. They usually summon Sandy if they want to play Mizuki comps. So if Saga's in, I think he actually did Ajax last week. So he could do it again, but the last Ajax I think was not even his fault. He got bolted midair and the explosion killed him before he hit the ground.
Oh no, that's not the way that you want to be going. Oh man, I do miss catching those Ajaxes. I believe a few teams have even been counting the number of Ajaxes they have, but I think that we might be having to start a new counter for next season of the number of times people's PCs have exploded before we go live.
This has not been a good season for PCs. Speaking of like Rockcraft's, the one where Flex DPS on my team, his PC went boom the day of Sea draft.
Oh, it is not good. So I feel like the counter must at least be.
I will say he's committed to doing what he has to do to actually play, because I think for 4 of the 5 games during the reg season, he was going to a PC cafe and paying like $30 just to play each time we played every week. And then for the past couple games,
that is team commitment.
Yeah, and then for the past couple games, he's been at home, luckily, so he doesn't have to go pay $30 to sit in a PC cafe and play. I'm like, it's not like a situation where Mustard paid $30 to get 3-0.
No.
Mustard actually, I think Mustard actually said that he actually did pay I think it was like $20 or $30 at a PC cafe just to end up getting 3-0'd by demonetizing the first round of plays.
Oh no! Oh,
yeah, that feels bad moment.
That is a feels bad moment. I paid money to lose this game. What? Oh, unbelievable!
I believe, unless Blue Rose's flex support, because I think around week 3, I want to say after week 5, the flex support for Blue Rose, this PC bricked itself or something. It stopped working, so they were running off the ringers, I think, for the majority of playoffs.
I don't know. I definitely have seen a few different supports, so I think I have seen that regular roster quite a few times. But unfortunately, the Blue Rose on this occasion might be having to find a ringer because of, this time, not a computer exploding, but because of a power outage, which is quite unfortunately difficult. We do have a ringer at long last, it looks like, with Celery going to be playing in there and filling as the ringer. Celery has been a player that we have seen before a few times, another familiar member to BPL.
Yeah, Surly was the team captain for Zuriel in A-League. That being said, I don't think they ever played.
Well, at least they get into play at least once, right?
Yeah, Surly, a very nice person. Does she helped out Spooky with when Spooky did the Sea League Sunday. Surly was the one who was doing the prod for a couple of the matches just so we could have all of the Sea League games going on outside the ones that are being streamed by their respective players. So does some stuff with production. They're a really nice person to chat with and talk with. So, and I think they last night I saw them play there. It was in KL, alongside the flex support for my team. And I think around that time they were like staying at Masters, and since then they shopped like GM5, GM4. I want to say around there. So,
yeah,
definitely, definitely really good.
Strong choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that will be starting the game pretty soon. Hopefully get some maps as well now that we finally found a ringer to come join us in this escapade into a rematch between Mango Nectar and Blue Rose, no less.
Yeah, and looking at the map stats, we are going to Lijiang Tower. Mango Nectar it's a higher seed, so they do select map first. Both these teams have played Lijiang Tower the most out of the control maps, as has pretty much everybody across all the leagues with Lijiang Tower. Mango Nectar 3-2. They dropped last time they played this map. It was against Hidden King, and they did drop it to Hidden King. Blue Rose is sitting at 3-1, so both these teams have played the map quite a lot. So playing to their strengths. I know Fish loves to opt into like more of the brawl, like Orisa and Rhine, Ramatra, that type of stuff. So definitely plays into what Fish's wheelhouse is as far as tank goes. And the last time these two teams met each other, Domination kind of was floundering under what was Domination looked like the fish out of water compared to Fish in the last two times these teams met. When it was Orimir, Fish was just dominating. To the point where at one point Domination went Rhine. I don't know what he was thinking if Rhine was going to do an Ori, but it kind of worked.
You know what? I've seen some ridiculous plays with Rhine being played on Gibraltar of all maps, and you know what? It worked for them, right? It was working far better than the Monkey than they were playing for before, but I wouldn't be surprised if Domination, if given the space, starts dominating on that hog, though. So, I mean, we could see. Certainly from the previous maps from Blue Rose, it could be possible. But Lijiang Tower, though, is quite a popular map, it seems. I mean, both of these teams having played it, 5-6 times, it's a lot of times to play the same map. It's just, I suppose, team's favorite. Is it the new Scrims Row?
Lijiang Tower kind of has been the Scrims Row of control for the longest time. It's like everybody loves it. It's really nice you can play a variety of different comps there. And playing back in Overwatch 1 when I was a main support, it was like the optimal, yes, we're going Lijiang Tower, I'm gonna go feed for a boop on the bridge on Lucio, and then I'll see you guys later.
That is the best way to be playing Lijiang Tower. You got to be going for those environmental kills. If you're not just hard feeding as Lucio or as Afara getting and looking for those boop kills, what are you doing, man? You're missing out on the fun of Overwatch.
I think when Overwatch 2 announced this 5v5 only, I started shifting towards more tank. I was like, I'm just gonna do the thing where you grab the wall off to the side of the bridge on the Jane Gardens, and they just drop when the grab ends because there's nothing underneath them.
Oh,
it's literally they're suspended in midair for a couple seconds, and then they just plummet into the depths of the water with the holographic fish that are down there.
Yeah, that is certainly one way to be taking your opponents out like no other. It's a good day, though, for these two teams, because we are not going to be going into the bans. And what kind of bans do you think we're going to be seeing on Lijiang Tower? You've said before that bans can make or break your series run, so I hope that these two teams are going to be choosing something strong, and you must have a good idea of what that might be.
Ban phase is always interesting, especially in a longer, prolonged series, because then you start thinking, do we want to save the more valuable bans for later? Because sometimes it's been teams will burn their most valuable bans first, and then they have nothing left if the match goes on for a long period of time. I believe it is Blue Rose's ban choice since Mango Nectar got the map pick. So I won't be surprised if Mango Nectar be like, hey, Fish is the MVP of B League. We might want to ban out one of his heroes that he likes to play. I won't be surprised if we see maybe Orisa get banned immediately here from Blue Rose, just because that's what Fish is kind of known for, is his Orisa.
I don't know. I mean, well, do you think that Orisa would be a good ban here, or do you think that something else would be a little bit more impactful? We are playing like Lijiang Tower, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see a bit of Sim, maybe some Sim Brawl.
I think that Orisa ban might it's like try to get momentum early while getting rid of one of Fish's strongest picks. That being said, Fish is really serviceable on other tanks like the Ryan, the Ramattra, and the Sigma. So it's not like the worst case scenario for Mango Nectar. They could run Ryan Simbro if they wanted to, and I'd be happy to see a Ryan for once in 2026. But Blue Rose, they are banning the tank. However, it's not the one I thought. They are looking just to get rid of the Zarya.
Well, I guess that is one hero to be getting rid of. Zarya has been, I think, quite strong recently, has seen quite a bit of varied play from, and I suppose also you can work quite well with a variety of different DPS, right? You've seen like the Zarya Brawl with the Tracer even, or the Reaper, for example, when they've been quite strong. So I guess it doesn't surprise me all that too much, but a May ban? What do you think of that?
This signals to me that Mango Neck, I mean, kind of a weird one, unless they're just like, they just don't want to take a brawl with the May, because last time they went up against a May brawl, it wasn't that good. That being said, it was against Hidden King that Mango Nectar clashed with a May brawl. But kind of a little weird one. Foliage is serviceable on the May. I kind of know him more like recently for his like Xion and stuff like that, but getting rid of the May means less isolation potential for like trying to isolate Fish or whatnot. But I won't be surprised if we see like just like Orisa from Fish, perhaps a Pharah from Mango Nectar, as I know Pharah, like I have seen Pharah a little bit on this map. I believe last team to play Pharah on this map was, I think, Black Crown when they got eliminated.
Yeah, I mean, Pharah can work quite well on Lijiang Tower. I think Pharah has been seeing quite a bit more play as well. A bit stronger choice at the moment compared to some of the other options. I feel like some of the heroes at the moment in the balance are starting to eke their way up to the top of the list of heroes you kind of need to pick.
Definitely, you do not want to be a support player in Blue Rose, as I believe. Yeah, I think their like actual flex support Eddie is not there. I probably butchered that name because I don't actually know how to say it. And then Beans' power just blew up.
Yeah, it does not seem to be too great for Blue Rose, unfortunately. They seem to have a little bit of a curse, perhaps, on their support players. But Why Not is here to be playing, and they will be playing the Mizuki, it looks like, a support player on Blue Rose. Best Beans, one of the newer players of Blue Rose, unfortunately not making it their power, unfortunately heading off. But nevertheless, there is the game. It is now starting between these two teams. We spent plenty of time yapping, but now Mango Nectar are here on the high ground, using the TP there to try and get a little bit of extra advantage with the positioning, looking for some extra kills, but Blue Rose, they're keeping their distance for now.
Yeah, the difference between Mango Nectar and Blue Rose is Blue Rose can never get too close to the Mango Nectar, or else Domination is going to get punched, he's going to get beamed. There's the slow, and Sugun Chain already forced down. Domination has to back off immediately. It's kind of a weird mishmash because Foliage wants to get close, but the rest of Blue Rose really don't.
Yeah, and that's the one other thing with Sigma as well. Their kit really works well at long range, but as soon as you get to that close range situations, then Sigma just kind of becomes a little bit of a liability. But they are trying to be pushing in closely against on the Sigma, but it's not going to be mattering because the rest of the team Blue Rose are going to be picking up that kill. Fish unfortunately goes down, Domination gets the kill, and now it is finally a point flip for Blue Rose, but plenty of progress from Mango Nectar to start the match off.
Yeah, now Blue Rose can put pressure and into the choke here. Mango Nectar are going to have to walk through. They do have the Symmetry just to bypass it if they want to. And Curmaster's building up to that symbol pretty quick, but Blinding goes down early from all that poke pressure, as Curmaster was the one who fell first in that fight, I believe, from Why Not, who just managed to flank around the side and get them. So Blue Rose have like a better over time. Blue Rose have a better, we can back up with pretty good space. We're putting a lot of pressure from range on them. Mango Nectar want to go fast and just get in the face of what Blue Rose is running.
Oh, they really do, but you have a couple of ultimates here from Blue Rose. They're going to be using it aggressively. Find the trigger. They find one. Will they be able to connect onto the other three members? They are. One extra kill. Otino is able to finish off as well onto Blinded, and Mango Nectar are going to have to back off. Not even having the opportunity to have much of a counter attack there.
Yeah, and only the Flux used from Blue Rose, so they're going to have 4 ultimates coming in. Mango Nectar are going to have about 5 here. And the big thing is a symbol here. It can split up and just mess up a lot of what Blue Rose wants to do here.
Yes, and they are going to be playing aggressively Mango Nectar here. They're going to be using that sword, trying to isolate the fight, but it's not going to matter. Foliage is off in the back line, pressing Q, getting killed.
Uh-oh.
Right. Oh, Fish, though, is training back with a couple of kills of their own of Annihilation, but it's not going to matter because there's only one player around. There are reinforcements coming in, but it's just not going to matter. They have one more fight remaining on the clock, though.
Yeah, and I think Kermaster might have botched the Simwell because I don't think I ever saw it come out, and the rush was late. Foliage just responds to the Blossom, but Blue Rose ended up blowing all their ultimates outside of this overclock, and Mango Nectar still holding on to the sound barrier too for Fuchsia's overclock when that comes out.
Yeah, and they switched as well over to a couple of different heroes. The Rhino Fish is coming out, but the rest of the team are the ones that are really packing the damage here. Blue Rose getting cleaned off.
Yeah, now Kermaster also goes over towards the Reaper, so now it's a situation where Mango Nectar, they're going to be even more stronger in the face of Blue Rose. And Blue Rose, like I said, domination, while Sigma does a lot of damage, he wants to play mid to long. He doesn't want to be up in the face of like a Reinhardt until maybe like towards the later half of the fight for cleanup kills. And Mango Nectar are just have a chokehold on this front choke here. And I believe Foliage tried to TP past, is trying to play that Mega Pack, but can't really go further than that where he is right now.
I really can't, but they are able to make it past the choke for now. You do have this overclock from Blue Rose as well as the Sigma ult. As it comes out, he's able to find one. Is he going to be able to find any extra damage though onto the tank? No, it's not, but Celery though is coming in clutch, trying to kill onto Blinded on the high ground on the right hand side there, but we now have the overclock coming online as well, trying to find a couple of kills. Finds one on the high ground on the left. And with that, they are managing to clean it up, and now they are going to be entering the final fight stage. But Mango Nectar, sorry, they have at least 2 ultimates coming online.
Yeah, they will get touch blinded. They will get touch blinded. Almost sacrificed themselves. The Jenner gets blocked by Fish, but I don't think it matters. Suddenly Mango Nectar out of nowhere find 3 kills.
And that's going to be more than enough, hopefully, to flip the fight around. And it gives them yet one more chance. And now it's going to be getting into, like, kind of last touch territory here for Blue Rose.
Yeah, and look, if Blue Rose doesn't have any speed, so Domination has to go towards the ball just to try to touch. And the OC just... The OC and the Blossom forces the giant spawn as... Oh... That was very close, as Blue Rose... looked like they had it, but they don't deny... I think there's no focus on trying to deny the front choke that Blinded and Sandy are somehow able to slip through the side lane, and Blinded, I thought, sacrificed himself to touch for a split second there, but the Russian Suzu comes down, and then suddenly chaos is going on. The Shatter from Fish, unfortunately, did get blocked, but didn't matter in the end as the team was able to clean up.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a bit of chaos that happened there, but it came out in the end in the favor of Mango Nectar. They might have invested a couple of extra ultimates as well with the end with that Blossom and so forth, and the overclock unfortunately getting cancelled out by Celery there. But it should be more than enough, at least for these two teams, as they enter in the second round. Again, the sim is being used aggressively, allowing Mango Nectar here to position themselves on the point, starting into this next fight.
Yeah, kind of getting shades of London Spitfire here with what Blue Rose, or not Blue Rose, what Mango Nectar is running here. And you see, Blue Rose, they cannot get too close, but that's a good start. Fucha just immediately finds Kermaster on early, so now the entirety of Mango Nectar just goes forward to try to find that trade pick.
And surely with this team as well as Brawly, and it is going to be able to capitalize on it. But I mean, blindfolded, they're able to find one, trying to force the point as well from Blue Rose, but now they're just 2 members down. And now Mango Nectar, they have all the members alive still. Quick kill? What? Where did that come from?
Yeah, now Foley has just gone over to the far, and Why Not's on the cat. I didn't think Why Not might have started on the cat. I'm not sure if he actually did. But now Mango Nectar are going to have a lot tougher time of just like going outside and bunkering just because of what Blue Rose have a lot more aerial pressure on them with this Pharah, as Fish couldn't botch at the charge, and he's super low on shield, so you can't peek anything right now.
No, they really can't, but they do have the and the pin! Oh, the pin of the Sigma gets Suzu, and now almost getting isolated. Oh, they're still going to chase them down with the throw with the hammer. Smash, smash, smash! 3 members of Blue Rose down. That's a victory there of the fight for Mango Nectar.
And Fish gets a late Sager kill on Surly, almost trades his life for it, but a nice TP from Kermaster will bail the Reinhardt out, as it kind of looked like a little grim there. The pin doesn't insta kill, and there's a Suzu, but then Foliage dies to Kermaster of all people, which shouldn't really be happening. Here comes the rush out from Mango Nectar early.
Indeed, but they are going low. A couple of their members of Mango Nectar, they're going to have to surely back up just a little bit, temper down that little heat that they were just applying there to Blue Rose. But Blue Rose, they do lose Fisher, one of the key members with an ultimate as well, no less. But that Kitsune Rush is doing more than enough pressure to force Mango Nectar back. They traded out, but it came out in Blue Rose's favor in the end.
Yeah, no. Blue Rose don't really have anything left in that thing. They have a couple of DPS and made this Catnap, but Catnap has to find value. And Mango Nectar only using that rush means they're going to have 4 ultimates available here, and Domination is taking a face full of beam damage, and the scatter for good measure, and the stun is going to too late, and the Catnap misses from Why Not?
On the map, getting food by Saga. That's the second time this map already. Oh my word.
Blue Rose. Everything that could have gone wrong in that fight went wrong.
It sure did.
The spear is just a split second too late to actually deny the shatter from Fish. And then Why Not does the right play trying to catnap Fish before he can actually follow up on Domination, who's actually on the ground, but Why Not just misses, and Fish is overclocking on the other side of the map and just gets knocked off by Saga, so that 3 ultimates just gone.
Yeah, that is not how you want to be having that fight go in your favor. I mean, it's one way, though, to secure that early map victory there for Mango Nectar. Blue Rose will be getting the next map choice, though. Where do you think that they might be taking it that will be beneficial to them and their unusual compositions?
We are going, I believe, to Hybrid next.
Yes.
I don't remember what the hybrid maps are outside of King's Row, because King's Row has just been played almost every single time I've watched a match.
King's Row.
I would be surprised if we're going there, because one of the other hybrids, I think, like Midtown and Neon Junction. And Neon's kind of like a knockoff King's Row if you think about it.
I suppose, yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if we go to King's Row, and because Blue Rose did lose, they get the map pick and they get first ban as well on top of that, so they could try to pull the Roadhog out on hybrid with like the cat Roadhog, but they can only protect ban one of those components. So like, say they ban the cat, they protect ban the cat, then Mango Nectar can just respond to the Roadhog. It's tough because it's a comp that requires 2 components, but you can't protect ban both.
No, that is true. I'm more interested about this map choice, though, because I think that they might not be going for King's Row. I think they might actually be going for Numbani instead.
I forgot Numbani's in the map pool. That's how little it's been played.
No, it has been played. It's been played more than Neon Junction, at least, especially between these 2 teams. I think Neon Junction is just a little bit too new for most teams to feel comfortable in playing at it at the moment. Whereas the other choices, Kings Row, Midtown, and Numbani, they've been around for enough that people feel more comfortable, I think.
Yeah, from my own speaking from, you see, neither team has played Neon Junction, so it was never actually played during reg by either one of these teams because of probably where it ended up in the lineup. Kings Row and Midtown has been played by both these teams. Numbani's been played by both, and Kings Row has been played the most, as Midtown is a selection from Blue Rose. So first time seeing Midtown in a very long time for a map pick, as Both these teams have only played it once, and I believe it was probably during regular season. Both teams are 1-0 on this map, so I won't be surprised if we see like more of like a Sigma type thing as Midtown is pretty much dominated by like kind of like mid to long range poke. There's a high ground that defenders can just get a chokehold on in a second. But looking at the ban phase here, since Blue Rose are banning the Sim, so trying to get rid of that mobility that was causing them a lot of issues, where Fish could just be in almost every place at once. And Mango Nectar saying, Mango Nectar I think are reading that Blue Rose might want to try to airlift a pig and drop it on somebody's head, so they're just going to take the lifeline away.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that cat is one of the more valuable vans available to Mango Nectar, right? Like I was saying before with Mango Nectar and how they seem to really like to play, they'd love to use that to just airdrop the tank in the middle of nowhere, let the rest of the team kind of do their thing while the tank just kind of blanks, which is not something you really see for a lot of different reasons. I'm not surprised though that they didn't go for King's Row. Mango Nectar have chosen King's Row to play against Hidden King, so it would seem to me that Mango Nectar, if looking into those kind of map choices, that Mango Nectar might be quite confident on there, so I don't think that Blue Rose would necessarily want to go for that map. Midtown though, I suppose is not too surprising with how they seem to be picking up that Sigma. It's a choice that, you know, going for those kind of long ranges, Midtown seems like the strongest choice for you.
Yeah. But the big difference here, looking at the comps, obviously, is the tank and support lines for both Ramatra, Lucio, and then Sigma, Mizuki. So Blue Rose definitely trying to slow down the pace of the game with their composition. Mango Nectar, however, if they can get like an isolation wall, Kernmaster's wall, and a domination, Saga can just send the whole entire team forward at Mach 2, and before you know it, domination is just a dead body.
Absolutely, and that's kind of one of the main reasons why you might pick a Ramatra over a Sigma.
Or blinded.
Wow, that is an aggressive start already from Mango Nectar, getting 2 picks, 3 picks onto Blue Rose. No support, just 2 TPS around. They're not going to be holding that point for very long.
That is the fastest take I've ever seen of Midtown. First.
Really speeding onto the tanks and tank line of Blue Rose. I mean, what can you say?
Yeah, I don't think Blue Rose is ready, because as soon as Fish runs the corner, it looks just like cue the Avengers music at that point, because the entirety of the team rounds the corner, and suddenly Domination's facing down 5 people at once. As now, Domination overturns Sarissa to try to counter out Fish's Ramatra with Fish. Opting to go over towards the Sigma makes sense. Ramatra's a little rough on second point because of the way the second point is designed, but Sigma's a lot better because of how more pokey it is.
Yeah, indeed. Switching over around these kind of compositional choices. Fish, though, hopefully making great use of this with the Orisa, though, standing on the high ground for as long as they possibly can. Fighting off against the impending Mango Nectar, but unfortunately, when you're losing a member early on like that, it's not going to be going in your favor, I don't think.
It's been 3 fights in a row where Blue Rose have lost a member that they can't afford to lose early, and why not? Gets picked there too. It's been Surly, and then it was Foliage, then it was Fuchsia, and now why not? And now this entire time, Blinded is just emoting on point with the pineapple pizza.
Hey, showing the best kind of pizza, right? Anyway,
okay, I don't like you anymore.
Oh, what? Oh, come on.
Pineapple on pizza is a crime against humanity. Oh, that's not. Fuchsia finally finds an opening pick, but Saga finds domination immediately. And Mango Nectar didn't touch, or not Mango Nectar, Blue Rose didn't touch to get, 6 minutes going into the third. Oh my god, Blue Rose, what is happening?
I hope that this hasn't deeply impacted Blue Rose's mental game, because if it has, then it's looking like it's going to be a quick victory for Mango Nectar. You really got to make sure that your mind is not completely destroyed. It's happened before in previous matches here, BPL, where, you know, a surprise loss, a surprise rush even, just throws you off your game plan. Cimaroldo comes online, tries to find one, but the Terror Surge as well here from Domination unfortunately ends up in only getting themselves killed. Now with the eyes only there to try and put off the attack, try and isolate these members, but unfortunately it's just not going to matter. They're just going to be losing too many members everywhere, left and right.
Yeah, as Blue Rose haven't been able to take a single really cohesive team fight. As somebody's getting picked earlier, they're staggering out after the team fight ends. The domination is forced to return. The Doomfish just to get back in time. And the saving grace is Kernmaster ended up dying to the hands of Felicia's Blizzard there. So a little bit of respite for Blue Rose to try to get something going. But domination went back in spawn switch and gave up all that space again.
This is just a dominant play here. B comes out there to keep them alive against the onslaught. But unfortunately, it's not going to matter. Fuchsia finally gets a couple of kills. 1, 2, 3 kills now with the overclock. But with investing those ultimates, was it too much? I mean, I guess they're all on last point with 4 minutes on the clock, so I suppose it's needed.
Not even the last point, the final bend of last point is both sides did burn their entire ultimate base to the point where Fish decides to go towards the Reinhardt now. And Sandy, the big thing is Sandy's going to have Kitsune Rush way faster than Surly here.
Indeed, and that might be more than enough to get them themselves the victory. They just need to play for that one win condition, chase them down afterwards, and that should be enough. But unfortunately, Fuchsia is going to be picking off Karen Master, and now they're backing off to have another go. But that's Kitsune Rush is almost charged.
Yeah, the question is, can Foliage maybe react with the Maywall to block it off or something, or else Mango Nectar are going to have a lot more space to work with here, as yeah, they're taking the route just to take a zero focus. The wall does come from Foliage to try to block the Kitsune Rush, but it's a little too late. I think the Kitsune Rush should actually manage to get through there.
I think it's not just that, but the spacing as well, but all the way on the other side of the map. And now there's just so few people around. The Ice May is trying to do their best in isolating, forcing them off the point, giving themselves an opportunity to maybe get some kills, force them out of their spacing. And it seems to be working here. Blue Rose stabilizing once again now. They've chopped 3 minutes off that clock. I don't know how they've managed it so far.
3 minutes, and that was the Kitsune Rush. They did trade Blizzard for Kitsune, so not a bad thing. The Domination has that flux. They're going to have Kitsune here. Saga has to build this beat really fast. Kernmaster, a big thing, has been lapped on the Blizzard charge by getting picked so early every time. So now, Mango Nectar kind of trending towards the danger zone, and here comes the flux out from Domination. Does manage to grab 2, but Suzu perfectly timed from Sandy.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a huge amount of damage that's just been cancelled out there. That would have given them the foothold that they needed to really start it. But the Saga's been caught off guard, gets isolated down, shot down on the wall, and now with one less support, they might be in a little bit of a dire situation. Blue Rose, though, losing one of the supports of their own. Kitsune Rush comes out as well, and now they are chasing them down, finding the players, the kills. Mango Nectar, they've had so much of a lead, but they're just losing even more minutes as time goes by.
Yeah, but Blue Rose invested Kitsune on top of that after Saga's already dead, so a little bit of, I think they just wanted to close the fight out because it might have dragged on too long. But Mango Nectar have a war chest loaded. They have 5 ultimates basically ready to go here, and I don't think Blue Rose are going to be able to answer this.
They might not answer this at all. Mango Nectar using their Kitsune Rush, using their ice, using their overclock as well.
No.
All of the special effects are coming out against Mango Nectar. They're going to have a difficult time to make sure that they contest the point. They do not want to let this go down to a C9, but they are not there in time. No! Mango Nectar capture the final points. Well, there's still members of Blue Lives alive. They just mistimed it. Oh, so wrong.
A little bit of... It was going to be a tough fight for Blue Rose to win anyway. They only had OC and Sound Barrier into Blizzard, Kitsune, Sound Barrier, Overclock, and Earthshatter, and beaten Earthshatter didn't even get used by Mango Nectar there. That's how dominantly the fight went for them. But it was inevitably, it was just kind of like a fight where you may have been able to turn it because it wasn't a really clean take, but the fact that Domination doesn't get out of that Blizzard with the Sound Barrier or the Suzu from Blue Rose means they're down a tank and Fish is just going to sit on the point, cap it in. But also, if you're Blue Rose, if you're tracking
a few extra seconds as well, though, on the stall, a few extra seconds is something.
If you're Blue Rose, though, I get why they didn't do it, but I would have thought maybe try to force a fight up front away from the point to force the ultimates out there, and then at least maybe give yourself a second chance to actually contest.
Good to see you. Hello.
Well, I suppose so. I mean, I think with these kind of compositional choices that we are seeing, though, this time around on the attack, Mango Nectar again going with that broader kind of composition that they worked really well early on. I don't know how Blue Rose are going to be able to deal with that this time around. I apologize for kind of cutting you off there and going with a different thing, but we are seeing them start to organize and go on the offensive this time.
Yeah, but the big thing now, Blue Rose, despite having that Lucio, they don't have like the power just to go ball through the walls 0 to 100 aggressive like Mango Nectar did in that fight, where because with Fish with that that form, as the wall does go out, Fish does get knocked down by the rock, but it's just gonna be a lot of more trying to poke in the neutral, trying to force Kunos in the neutral, and unfortunately, Blue Rose has their Suzu, their wall, that shield, and eat. Everything's just gone for them already, resource-wise.
And that is the crucial resources that they're going to be needing in this fight. Just then, they could have used it, but Domination goes down because they don't have those available to them to get the victory. And now, Mango Nectar can just barrel in and get the kills. And then you onto Cerulean, the support. Why not?
Domination's had enough. He won't have the cat to airlift him around, but he does have the Roadhog made to find a surprise hook in and pick off. But it's going to be a lot tougher because Fish is the only person who's really been peeking the main choke. So if you took a Ramatra, the Rama's just going to do this, like just going in that form, and Domination almost pays for it with his life.
Yeah, I mean, but Domination though, they only really need to get one hook, one kill, and that is the fight opened up for them, the opportunity to charge in full speed, hooking them away from the team, isolating them as well with the main wall. The Kitsune Rook comes down, but they're not able to find the kills just yet. Unfortunately, it's Blue Rose who are going down. They lose the tag, they lose foliage as well. And now, with just three members even, they just don't have the right kind of damage and sustain.
That was kind of funny from Kern. He hit the what? He hit the high emote or the high before going into ice. I thought it was like the little Mayhem move, but it was a good pick on Fish. But Domination traded his life for it, and they ended up using Rush as well. So here's the Rush out from Mango Nectar, and Domination just gets dropped faster than you can blink.
Oh my word! That is a ridiculously quick fight for Mango Nectar. They've been picking up those kills like nothing, just really just cashing them in like it's the...
that was Blizzard and OC from Blue Rose. It was traded on both sides, but Mango Nectar just got the better trade with the Kitsune Rush being on top of it. And now Blue Rose only have this B to work with, and they're facing down Annihilation and Sound Barrier from Mango.
It's certainly going to be something of a fight. They don't have very many options available to Blue Rose, though. With only one really available. Oh, missing out on a crucial hook. Now that hook cooldown has gone off. It's going to be a loud signal there for Mango Nectar, sorry, to really push in. They find one kill onto the Venture. Already managed to trade back, though, at least a little bit.
But these both sides.
Yeah, they managed to take a little bit of space, but unfortunately the space is just going to get taken away from them not that long after. Mango Rose, they have the pressure to be able to force them out. They still have their resources available to brighten them because they backed out and instead of space.
Yeah, and Mango Nectar just always on the offensive, is not letting Blue Rose have any space to work with. There's a hook in, but Domination, again, it's a Ramatra. You're not going to be able to do that much to him because of that net form. And the Susan on top of that, so now Mango Nectar, they still have this OC, they still have this Annihilation. They're going to have OC here. As Blue Rose are just trying to find answers and blinded matches to find a few shot early, only 10 seconds remain. Somebody on Blue Rose has to get towards the point to actually force OT.
And it's going to be the Venture who's going to be touching the point now. Sure, Venture is going to be extremely strong at holding this point, but they're just going to get chased down by a number of different members. This hog is doing the absolute best here to try and isolate the fight. Oh, they are able to get down. Blue Rose starting to turn this fight around, picking up a couple of kills. Beautiful hug onto the Sojourn. And that is somehow a fight that Blue Rose have brought out a victory from in overtime, though. So they don't have much time remaining in this push.
A little bit of a disjointed. I think Kern got picked by Domination early, so that eliminates the wall pressure and everything that you want to like try to drop the hog. And now Fish over towards Zarissa, so a little bit of counter swap Carl action going on here. But Foliage over to that Venture, he was able to get the touch and actually able to force Blinded away during the OC, so the OC didn't really get any value at all.
No, not really. And not being able to get the right kind of value out of OC. I mean, we've been seeing some ridiculous value out of OC, so any kind of value is still going to be good value. Anyway, they've managed to force out, though, the whole hog here from Domination, and unfortunately, they've also forced him back into the spawn room, too.
Yeah, it does. The whole hog does catch up Kermaster, who's off to the side, but the Domination again tries his life for it, so not the best thing. And now Domination goes over towards the Roadhog, not a Roadhog, Sigma, to respond to Fish's Orisa, but it's gonna be another tough fight. As like at this point, Mango Nectar had about 5 minutes on the clock still, and Blue Rose only have a minute to do anything. Here comes the Kitsune Rush on the aggressive here.
Yeah, I mean, any kind of fight here already is a huge improvement for Mango Nectar over unfortunate defense of Blue Rose. But the ultimates are coming out. Eventually, is trying to find an ult, trying to pressure them out as well, but is not able to get blocked up by the Maywall, no less. Tries to charge in, uses the high ground as well as their escape option, but isn't able to pick up the kills in that assassination attempt. But Domination, though, they are able to find up the kill onto Saga. Kitsune Rush comes out, and now the fight is starting to turn into the favor of Blue Rose. Oh, next, they have a habit of managing to turn these around, even when it's not enough. They will come back just quite as strong. Domination going down, and now they're just enforcing that.
They commit all 3 ults just to actually do it, but Domination is able to get picked from that. And Fuchsia with the OC after Domination dies, and now only 20 seconds remaining on the clock here for Blue Rose to do anything, and that was everything that they had. And Sandy is going to get Kitsune Rush again way before Surly.
Oh, yeah, unfortunately so. It just, Mango Nectar, they've been doing a great job with the ultimates. They know that they have these other ultimates coming online sooner than later, and so why not just invest all those ultimates, turn the back and fight and win it anyway? You have those extra few seconds, you're forcing it into overtime, you're giving them no extra space, no time to build ultimates of their own. Blue Rose, they're already losing one player down. Domination's the closer to the ultimate. Will they be able to get it in time and turn this fight around?
They need to get the up before the. They have it up, but as when are they going to use it? They probably need to use it now. As there's a Kitsune Rush from Sandy. The Flush comes out. Actually, doesn't I think get 3 in it. So good catch there. But now they need to finish the kill. What a combination on the blinded.
It is a beautiful rug to try and secure both of these kills, but unfortunately they need the rest of the team to really follow it up on here. Venture coming in and trying to find the kill, does get the Susan, but the rest of the team are bullying in, they pull in and they get those kills. It is still overtime though for Mango Nectar and Blue Rose here, so they have a chance to recontest and secure this decisively for Mango Nectar.
Yeah, Mango Nectar still have the chance to recontest with the sound barrier, with potential sound barrier and this Terra Surge. Blue Rose, though, just push it in. I think Mango Nectar decided not to try to actually try. Mango Nectar, I think, all spawned late, so it was like a little bit going to be a disjointed push. So I think a little bit of misjudging there, because I think what Mango Nectar wanted to do is they wanted to touch, but because of how late Fish died, he didn't catch the wave spawn. And you need your tank in that fight, so not the best thing, but especially since Fish didn't invest that Terra Surge, but I think Fish is probably switching.
Yeah, I think that might be a good choice. We have seen a lot of kind of plays. I think most of the time, though, it has been Blue Rose, though, on the back foot compositionally, tend to be having to play around the hero choices of Mango Nectar so far in this match.
Yeah, and there's a kind of shock out from Foliage, but it doesn't find anything. And now you got to throw the Russian on top of it as well, just to try to do anything.
But these ultimates are coming out from left and right. There's beat from Wyler to keep them alive. Fuchsia popping the ultimate of their own, the overclock. Unfortunately, Blinded does not have the one of their own. They are so not able to in time.
Goodness.
Fuchsia on a roll, finding the kills, melting the team. The rest of the team were just kind of like doing a little bidding at this point.
That's the Kitsune from Sandy, and now the big thing is, can Blinded actually try to stall out OT, but they don't force OT. So Blue Rose barely get a second lease on life.
Oh, that is unbelievable. Blue Rose, I can't believe that. They were struggling hard in the first attack and the first defense as well. It's just And yet they're able to capture it all the way to the first point. The last point, sorry, even. With a sliver of time remaining, Mango Next are not able to recontest in time, making the same mistake almost, I suppose, that Blue Rose made earlier. But we are here again for another round. I wonder what the scoreline of this match will be. I certainly wasn't expecting anything to be even close to like a 3-3, 4-3, 5-3. I don't know. What we'll see now.
Yeah, the problem now that Blue Rose are facing is it took them 3+ minutes just to cap first. They only have 1 minute to work with there to get anything on the board here, or else they force this draw situation if they don't get any ticks. And Blue Rose, they're showing that hog venture comp that did get them through first, but it was an overtime to get them through first full point. So it's not even a guaranteed unless Domination manages to find a pick on like maybe Saga or Sandy fairly early. But Domination away from the Roadhog over towards the Hazard instead.
Well, Hazard is quite a strong character. Kind of exists for the purposes of being anti-double shield. But anyway, we are seeing a little bit of movement tech here from the Hazard, trying to get over the Domination. It's not able to find any kind of early picks or put the pressure on that they might have expected or hoped for. But now this Venture is going in deep, trying to find an assassination kill onto the backline of the DPS. So unfortunately, it's not enough, but it is going to be providing Blue Rose the opportunity to find some space. Time is ticking. Less than 30 seconds remain as they really need to be getting onto point, trying to find some kills. Find the opportunity, and Saga does go down, but Domination is oh so low. Going to be punched to death here. Now with these two tanks, though, having traded out, it's going to be Blue Rose taking this first point, it seems. Unless Mango Nectar can come in and contest. Tying the cards.
They're probably just going to play back and hold back. It's Fish up over towards the Orisa, so Domination might switch here as well, just to respond. But Blue Rose did a pretty good job at just making getting into the backline and setting up angle pressure. Fish finds Fuchsia immediately though, as now it's an OT, so the spawns are going to be longer. And the entirety of Mango Nectar just pour under the point here, trying to find the remaining kill. But they need it. Domination goes down. That should be a hold for Mango Nectar here.
It certainly should be. Nobody around for them. Round 3 complete. Blue Rose, pardon me, able to capture the first point in remarkable fashion. Change of fate from their first attack, where they were struggling so hard, only able to do so in overtime. But Mango Nectar, they timed it perfectly. They waited for the right opportunity, came in, and that one pick on Fuchsia, unfortunately, kind of sealed the fate for Mango Nectar and Blue Rose there.
Yeah, you get rid of all your ranged pressure by getting rid of Fuchsia, and then there's just it's just like a starting pistol gets shot off as Fish, and then entirety of Mango Nectar's pouring a point. Domination can't handle the pressure. He gets picked as well, and when your tank falls after your head scan, it's all over. And now Blue Rose, they have to defend for 2 minutes and 22 seconds. But the big issue here is if Mango Nectar steamroll first point again, like they did earlier, it's going to be extremely hard for Blue Rose to even get a hold where the cart ended.
Indeed. They caught that really early in the push. There's like almost no time. You basically have to either stop them from even capturing the point or prevent them from making any real progress. You've got to be really quick on that. And that's going to be a challenge for Blue Rose. And it's a challenge that I'm sure fans and supporters of the team will be up to and interested in reaching.
Yeah, it's Domination wisely thinking of to start with the Orisa instead of Sigma, so can't get run over as easily as the Sigma. So you see, Mango Nectar recognize that. They just don't even do what they did last time where they just bum rushed, and they use the wall to try to take the fire station off to the side. So now it's a case of Blue Rose really can't go in there because they'll just die if they go in there. And instant Mango Nectar emerge, like right now, it's gonna go a little bit faster, but Foliage manages to find Saga early.
Yeah, that is a good change of pace for Blue Rose at the very least. But Blue Rose here charging in, they're taking their moment as being now, and they are right. Fish has gone down. Terran has gone down. And now it is just the Kiriko remaining, but they still have over a minute and a half remaining for Mango Nectar. It's a lot of time to make yet another attack, to have another go and see if they can make it victory for them.
Yeah, as you see, Fish over towards the rest of the match and blinded towards the Cassidy to try to put more pressure onto Foliage. So Foliage can't go in as free with that threat at flashbang, or there's just the silver bullet double tap on him. Why not? But Fuchsia just takes Blinded's head off immediately.
Wow, Blue Rose are absolutely on fire at the moment. They really don't want Mango Nectar coming in, and they are making sure that it happens. But the Arista matchup here, trying to force it down onto Mango Nectar, almost gets isolated there. Oh, there's a close call there for them. But unfortunately, for Mango Nectar, they lose their Mei early on, and now this Terror Surge is surely going to be coming up, trying to prevent them, or they're going to be saving it for the next moment, which is certainly going to be a good call.
Yeah, Blinded 1 HP. Fish is low as well, but Blinded manages to find the problem that has been a thorn on their side there as Foliage will be coming back from spawn. He will be coming back fast, but there is a slight window for Mango Nectar to force a fight without that Husky Venture being in the fight. And look at all the pressure they're putting on the Domination. Well, I don't know if Domination is going to be able to live through all this. If he doesn't use Terror Surge, he just doesn't survive. It's not enough.
He's beating them. They've just lost 2 key members of Blue Rose, all while Foliage and Domination. And now Mango Nectar are there free on the point, capturing it. And Fish is pushing forward too. They're going to make sure that nobody's going to be able to get back to that point to make sure that Blue Rose can't prevent that car getting all the way to the end and winning them this round.
Yeah, it's now Mango. It's gonna, luckily because Fuchsia and Surly do survive, they're gonna have a chance to at least try to take the cart here. As there's the rush out from Surly, but answered by the Deadeye from Blinded. So Blinded, nobody can get picked on. They do manage to break sight here. Foliage in, but doesn't find anything. Beat up from Saga to try to keep everybody up and running. But here comes the Blizzard from Curve. That should be the dagger. Terror Surge from Fish. On top of all that dominance, can't survive the onslaught. As Mango Nectar are poised to take this one. Foliage does manage to find Saga, but a couple more picks from inside of Mango Nectar. Why not find Blinded? Why not still alive somehow, but not enough in the end. Mango Nectar go up 2-0, but Blue Rose did make them fight for it.
Oh, they really did make them fight for it. Blue Rose, they pushed them as hard as they could. They really, though, could never have let it put off that point at the very end in overtime because it was just 0.1 meter away, 10 centimeters from capturing that point, and that was that series over. Sorry, that map as well. But unfortunately, it was a little bit too much pressure there, having lost that key player, the tank, having, unfortunately, even though they invested that Terror Surge, just having Domination drop out, and was all of that attention just had to go somewhere else. It was going to go on the rest of the players of Blue Rose, and unfortunately, that's that. Mango Nectar coming victorious.
The kind of saving thing was Blinded find that pick on Foliage means that Mango Nectar can't play super far out because they're down that Venture. So they do back up, but then it gives all the space to Mango as they're trying to cut, as they're coming through the choke, and they drop the rush, and then they just focus fire and Domination to the point where Domination, even though he has the sound, I think he has Soundbreaker on him. He has the Fortify going, Spear Spin, and the Terror Surge on top of that, but all of it's not enough to keep him alive. As that was a lot of investment just trying to keep your tank up, and in the end, if he falls, and then you get the split spawn, where luckily, because of how fast the fight went, Fuchsia and Surly are able to get out alive, and the rest of Blue Rose are able to try to regroup for a last-ditch effort to try to hold on to that point, but because of where the point ended, or where the card ended, it was going to be a very tough hold.
Yeah, absolutely. But that map, though, was absolutely incredible gameplay from both of these teams. I have not seen anything like that in an extremely long time. So I am only looking forward to the next map that will be played between these two teams as we head to a short break. So don't be going anywhere because I am very certain that we're going to be seeing even better matches than we just saw today.
Q to return to spawn here, my friend. That is going to be a bite kill in answer onto Chaos, and now with the spree coming out, it's Chronic planning a 2K.
Where you pop that Blossom as we see them pushing in, falling low. We see and Bugs the double kill, both supports that fight the Blossom in the
Hello and welcome. No heat wave here that we were talking about briefly before, but hopefully it will still be a hot reverse sweep, perhaps by Blue Rose, a close second map on Midtown, an absolutely ridiculous map that I don't think I've ever seen before. But we do have, I believe, Push coming up next. So what do you make of that?
Push coming up next means Push usually kind of has been like the classic, because it's third map in a row, so you're down 2-0, you gotta have to reverse sweep, but it's been like the biggest momentum turner even in like a 1-1 series or a 2-0 series. So see what Blue Rose decided to pick is, I won't be surprised if we see like Coliseo come out. That being said, because both teams have played the most on Coliseo, that being said though, I believe
It looks like we got the
Runasapi, but okay, so neither one of these teams have played Runasapi at all this season, so no info at all. But Runasapi is probably one of the best maps for Cat in the push pool because of how much cover there is on the buildings where you can hide, and you see Blue Rose immediately just taking away that Lucio from Saga.
Yeah, I mean, it really prevents a lot of the kind of movement options that you can provide with Lucio. You only have a few of the main support options and speed control options available to you as well if you do that, right? You've got the Juno that can provide some speed control, and you only really have the Kata Mizuki available as a main support to you. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But it's not really a protection ban, though. It is definitely an aggressive ban to ban that Lucio. Meanwhile, Magnet are going for a ban on the Venture.
The Venture was the thing that was causing them problems on Midtown. It was the thing that kind of brought Blue Rose back from the brink of getting full held at one point on Midtown. So Mango Nectar getting rid of that Venture, that pesky Venture that Foliage was playing. So now it's going to be, but now you open the cat back up to Why Not, which is probably going to play most likely. Could see Cat Bastion or Cat Cass or even the Cat Roadhog. And with Cat Roadhog, I've never seen a pig fly, but you can't do it now.
Indeed, they can do it now, and perhaps we will see it once more. Pigs flying in the sky. It's a phrase that gets used quite a bit. I mean, I suppose it could be used here. Why not? Might as well. My producer also pointed out that there was also the possibility of a rare draw happening as well on midtime, which would have been an interesting outcome.
I don't want to think about stuff like that because the longest match I've casted was, I think, 8 maps.
Oh my word!
It was a best of 7, but they drew him buddy.
Oh no!
So the match started at like 7, 8 EST and went until like about 11, 12.
Oh my word! That would be a marathon to commentate on.
That's the longest match I've ever casted. But you see, Blue Rose, we're not gonna talk about that right now because they're not running the backline that they're running. I'm just gonna put that out there right now. But we do see Mango Nectar running Saga over on the Mizuki. Blue Rose, please for the love of God switch your backline or else you're gonna make Domination cry.
Well, they're going Kiriko and
they're playing Soldier Social. What are they doing? What in the crazy raccoon is this stuff?
Soldier's not exactly a popular DPS hero to be playing. Not exactly very good or strong.
No, but he's kind of okay on push and flashpoint because you can just take really weird angles and force somebody to look at you to clear you.
I mean,
or why not just dive the fish?
Have to be. Unfortunately, yes, Fish indeed is going to be taking out Why Not already, but unfortunately, though, Mango Nectar lost the tank, so yeah, a pretty good advantage for Blue Rose there.
Yeah, Foliage manages to find Blinded out too here, and now the hook on the Sandy will follow the Kiriko, and now Blue Rose finally. They're going to get this bot moving and get some meters going, as it was a good first pick on Fish, but he didn't time his Fortify correctly to actually block the hook from Domination, so he gets pulled in and can't back out of there.
Indeed, and that is another beautiful hook. Oh, it's going to try and get isolated though by the Mizuki, but it's not going to be enough, and they are going to be walking away with that beautiful kill. Now that is going to give them the opportunity. Another one. Oh yes, the Hawk has come out to play, and it is finally big up to big. Why not joining in on the fun as the main support? Well, there you go.
Talk over to the Wu Yang, Kermaster over to the M Reyes. Now it's Mango Nectar who are trying to figure out what to do. Is this come from Blue Rose? Not the soldier pick. I've never seen that pulled up, but the hog pick from Domination has been thrown aside, which is kind of another thing where it's like, I'm kind of surprised that they didn't ban the hog.
Oh, he's able to make out of there alive. Oh, I spoke it down.
It's not gonna matter then. It's Foliage fighting too, and now Mango Nectar are kind of just floundering, trying to do anything, as it's just not looking good for the side of Mango Nectar. With how fast Blue Rose is moving this point, and Fish is gonna fight Saga, but very late too. Kind of just going to show like how much Mango Nectar did that Lucio to function.
Oh, absolutely. It seems like a powerful ban that Blue Rose have activated here on that Lucio, really disabling their ability to charge onto Blue Rose. Something that they having difficulty with. Oh, what is Domination doing there? Picking up a now it's going with a whole hog as well, really pushing the team members away. Fish getting killed, isolated down, and now Foliage with the soldiers fighting pigs on the sideline. I don't think they've ever used any of their ultimates yet. Blue Rose still have like 4 in the bank.
But there is finally a little bit of pressure relief. Kermaster running over Fusha with the bike there. No, Domination under all kinds of pressure from Fish, but now with the domination hits him with the Uno reverse card, Fish gets taken up, fully finds stock in the meantime, and now what looks like a good opening for Mango Nectar just goes completely the wrong way, and look, Kermaster manages to turn this around with the help of Sandy. Her name!
Oh!
What are you aiming at? No!
The plants! They were looking at me weird. I swear, it's the plants. They can talk. Help me.
Oh,
Well, anyway.
no. Oh, we caught that one in 4K, Kurt. Unfortunately, that probably will be clipped later on by somebody. But no, Blue Rose finally don't have control of the bot. Mango Nectar finally moving it back towards their spawn, and they only used that spree to get back in. But the one is standing again from domination. And first of all, blind as Mango Nectar just can't find an answer because domination.
Rose? Oh, where was this in the previous matches?
Where did this come from? Okay, Blue Rose is officially the Chengdu Hunters of B-League. They just play what they want and somehow works.
Oh, it is working so beautifully for them. I mean, you know, what can I say, right? People often complain about, I say, oh, blah, 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 blah. Socialism League, socialism rank. You can play whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. Competition doesn't matter, blah, blah, blah. Blue Rose apparently are, you know, really epitomizing that at the moment with this hog composition that they are making work as Fuchsia just goes mad in the backline, gets 2 kills with the overclock, and there's nobody around to shoot anymore. What is this?
Mango just play for next match. You're not winning? Oh no, Mango Nectar just. Oh boy, they're not looking too good here as Fuchsia just slides in, finds the kill. Fish manages the cover, but it's gonna be a full cap here.
That is a full cap on Blue Rose. That is seriously a dominance. Wow, that is some domination. Mango Nectar didn't even get a sniff in. They didn't even get any bot progress whatsoever on that map. That is ridiculous. I did not imagine that these people had to be that.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! No, Curry got immortalized from his POV and oh no, buddy! Oh, as yeah, looking at the stats, nobody on the side of Blue Rose died more than 3 times, and the funny thing was the person who died 3 times was Domination. So that makes sense with him being the Roadhog. But now it goes to, we are going to Flashpoint next. It is Mango Nectar's map pick and ban. So I would not be shocked to say that Mango Nectar are going to get rid of the pig and send him off to the slaughterhouse.
Oh yes, I think that hog might have a strong opportunity, shall we say, the next maps, but perhaps you know, if you go for that, then it just means that you're giving. I just read the chat.
Yeah. All right. So Mango has picked Saravasa, and you. Well, I'll wait until we get to that screen, but you'll never guess what they banned.
Well, I mean, if Mango.
You'll never guess what Mango Nectar banned. It starts with R and ends with G.
I have absolutely no idea. This is going to be a suspenseful moment as we await Mango Nectar's ban. You know, given the last map, I have no idea which character on Blue Rose was causing a lot of problems and was just kind of like wandering around the place, picking up those kills. I have no idea what hero that could be. Do you have any idea? I'm sorry. I was just looking at the stats and I just realized that the match happened so quickly. They didn't even manage to get time to pick their second perk.
I think that also comes down to the fact that also Blue Rose kept making, not Blue Rose, Mango Nectar kept making swaps outside of Fish. Fish was the only person who stayed on the hero that they started on.
Yeah, but Foliage was on the soldier the whole time, and they were doing a great job on the soldier. I've never seen so much of a soldier.
They were just doing what Soldier does best. Soldier does best on push and flashpoint, specifically just taking really weird angles and following up on the damage. I think Foliage may have been appearing in the kill feed quite often, but I think he was just putting one bullet into somebody and they died because they're that low.
Quite possibly. But we have eventually been revealed what the band that Mango Nectar have chosen, and Denji, I don't believe you're going to. I don't think you're going to believe this whatsoever. But it is the Hog. Whoa!
Sending the hog to the slaughterhouse. So now Blue Rose, they only have the ability to ban a DPS or support, and I don't really think you can target ban either one, because you took away the Lucy already for the target ban on Saga. You take away the Mei. Well, if Kermaster maybe can fix his aim outside of the Mei, then we're looking a little bit better.
Yes, well, a Mei ban did come through from Blue Rose, and I mean, you can't really. I'm not even sure what to think anymore. You can't ban the Lucio that was powerful for Blue Rose. What else do you think we're going to be seeing? What do you think?
I think we're going.
I'm stunned for words. I'm so sorry.
I think we're going back like to the Rissa Lucio stuff from Mango Nectar, and then we're probably gonna see Mei Sigma come out from Blue Rose. Could you take away Domination's Roadhog has always been like the ace in the hole, like the nothing's working. I'm gonna play Roadhog and see if this works. You can't do that anymore. So where the Hog has been banned out is where Blue Rose has like run into a lot of issues, because with their traditional comps not working, they try to induce chaos with the Hog. That not being on the table anymore, it means they can't. So this is gonna be a little bit of a rough one.
Well, it seems to be working out well for them.
Solomon already made a gif of Kern missing. Did you do that fast?
How did you manage to make that so fast?
Like within a span of like 2 seconds after the play happened, person clips it, and then within a span of like a minute after the map, Solomon has a gif made of it.
I mean, why not?
I don't know. As Fish is actually gonna be on Zarya, and Domination's gonna be on the Orisa, and a Foliage on the Soldier as well here. So trying to play into like that weird off-angle shenanigans as well.
Yeah, well, I suppose.
Alright, there's back.
What's up with them?
Oh,
although, I don't know what to think anymore about this. We don't be seeing any of the Roadhog, unfortunately. It has indeed been banned, so we're not going to be seeing that from Blue Rose. But we are going to get a bit of a POV here from Karen, who hopefully is not going to be spending quite so much time missing.
Oh, Jesus, Fish! Just gets burnt down. Fuchsia finds Saga, and Foliage finds Blind Intrusion. Another one is what a turnaround for Blue Rose after that map is. Mango Nectar starting to kind of run out of gas here, as I've never casted a reverse sweep before. So there's always a first time for everything. So we'll see if that happens here.
You've never casted a reverse sweep. I think that is far more shocking than anything I'm about to see in the future. That is ridiculous. How can you never seen a reverse sweep? Well, it doesn't really matter, because
Domination just got sent to the glue factory. Just the part just gets beamed down.
Well, this might have been why they choose to ban that Zarya so early on. I mean, if you can just beam down your enemies like a laser beam, then nothing's going to be stopping you on that hero. So, Mango about starting off strong, at least for now, starting to equalize the first point, but they are going to be starting to go back and have a little bit of a fight as they get speared. Hunt loses half their health, not able to capitalize. You know, the best healing of the supports come through.
Yeah, the blinding finds
Foliage.
Yeah, there's a Deadeye out from Fuchsia trying to find Fish. The bubble does block it perfectly from Fish. Flashbang does find Sandy. Grab invested from Fish. There's only 2 people alive here. It's not going to fight anything, but here comes the spree from Kermaster. The three! He didn't get three!
Triple kill, but it still doesn't go in their favor. Blue Rose emerged victorious out of that fight. The Terror Surge was advanced, finds a kill, and for now, we're into yet another fight to try and come in to find a little bit of extra tiptoes onto the point, but Foliage uses their ultimates to try and ward them off. Overtime is now activated as they go in for the boom, trying to find it.
Oh no, Saga dies with being available!
That is a devastating loss. Why not has a beat of their own, but unfortunately they're just they're gonna end up losing it. Mango Nexo able to recap the point.
It was
going to be like that for long.
A little bit here. Saga is back. Does have the sound barrier he's going to need to use here as beats directions both sides. But Blue Rose, they have the continuing rush as well on top of that. So this it's gonna be rough for Mango Nectar come back in. The rock does connect with Surly, but it's not enough to find the kill, and now Domination with all that extra attack speed, just mowing people down the War Horse says 99 to 99 though, so Mango Nectar definitely not out of this one yet.
Yeah, absolutely not out of that one bit. It is. I'm so sorry. I just looked in A line.
Curran, they're making fun of you, buddy. They're making a lot of fun of you, buddy.
You will be crowned the best Shion in BPL at this point in time. All from that play. I mean, to be fair, you know, that was a beautiful triple kill. It was unfortunate that it was not enough to turn the fight around, just equalize it just a little bit. But anyway, we do have some ultimates here.
Oh, what a doo-doo!
Oh, it's a good alive! Unfortunately, Blue Rose now are the ones that are coming and victorious in that exchange. Even though Blinded infested the ultimate rock comes out, but it is a golden Orisa. But unfortunately, even though the domination goes low, they have the whole support of the team just right there. And that is another victory for Blue Rose as they capture the second point in this game mode.
It looked like Blinded had two dead to rights, but the Suzu from Surly is perfectly timed just to deny that Deadeye, and Blinded's in too far. So now the DPS side of Mango Nectar completely swaps Blinded over to the Genji, Curdmaster over towards the Sojourn, and now but they do hit under this flux from Fish. So what a spear though from Domination, really.
Yeah, they sent the Lucio off the map entirely. Unbelievable. But we are going to be parading ourselves forward with this Deadeye. Finds one kill, finds another headshot.
Oh my god, that was almost a
beautiful kills. And now this.
Wait, he didn't get fully hit. Oh no! Okay, it looks bad there because everybody's so close to the edge, and Stalker nearly boops 4 people off.
I mean, that would have been the best play in all of BPL. A quadruple boop. Oh my word. But Blue Rose, though, they have a couple of ultimates to their name. Mango Nectar kind of lacking at the moment with their ultimates. Considering Rook comes out early and is going to be more than enough to secure that first point for them.
Yeah, why not find 3, excuse me? But now Mango Nectar they have to reverse sweep this map just to take the series. But Blue Rose, one more point, and they force a potential reverse sweep situation here as Blue Rose have looked completely revitalized after that last push map here as Mango Nectar is unable to find anything.
Yeah, unfortunately not able to find anything. They do have a beat on hand for Blue Rose as the Visor comes out, is not able to find much damage as Visor.
Oh no.
Oh, but the beat though of Mango Nectar is able to try their best. Doesn't keep the Kieran alive, though unfortunately it's more than enough to keep Fish alive. Domination uses their own ultimate, but unfortunately that's going to be Blue Rose having to back away from that point.
Blinded used Blade, I think, to try to kill Foliage, and he just ran away.
Yeah, an aggressive use of Blade, and a zoning Blade, as we might call it. I think it short zoned them away from the point, but the ultimates are coming out from Blue Rose here. The beat comes out, trying to find a kill, but the Kitsune Rush is just going to be able to do way too much damage. They're going to be chase down these players, strike them out. Blue Rose are now standing on equal footing at the moment, 2 down. Standing on the point, but you do have the overclock online. It's not going to matter. The Domination is going to be the last one to have that say, and it's going to be taking them down. Though takes off. Why not? I think that's going to be a quite large for Blue Rose.
The horse has been on a leash from Fish, and Fish finds 3 kills, looking for maybe a 4th on the Surly. Spear goes wide, but now Mango Nectar finally some life back into them after Blinded starts that first fight with finding 2 kills, and then Mango Nectar's going the aggressive for the next couple fights. Outside of that one mishap where Blinded tried to chase a soldier down with Blade, Mango Nectar was pretty strong and controlled there. But Blue Rose have a lot of ultimates to work with here, and Mango Nectar really don't have anything.
They really don't. You have a couple of ultimates coming online, right? You have your Kitsune Rush is not too far behind. You've got 2 DPS ultimates of Blue Rose online as well. Will they be able to find the value that they need? I don't know. But not if Fisher dies. Fisher does go low. He's able to get healed back up. Sights comes out. He's able to find it. It doesn't matter though, because Domination is the one finding the kills. Finds 3 kills straight off the bat. Foliage coming in to clean up, and now Mango Nectar, they need to capture this point, because if they don't, Blue Rose is going to be equalizing the scoreline in the series.
Yeah, I think they just played that fight just to try to build ultimates up there, which they are going to build up to their support ultimates and their tank ultimate here. And Foliage should use Tack Visor, so that ultimate just doesn't do anything, and Blue Rose still hold on to 4 ultimates, so they're own here.
Well, I suppose that's one way to start the fight. 3 off with the
winnable Fishing versus Terror Surge.
Terror Surge goes straight in, gets belted down though by the rest of the team. Domination. Unfortunately, there is.
That was Terror Surge and Kitsune Rush invested from Mango. Yes, you got Deadeye's Terror Surge over Blue Rose, but Blue Rose are going to have both their Kitsune and their Beat to match Blinded's Blade and Saga's Beat here. So now it's just going to come down to a miracle pick from Mango Nectar to try to find one of these supports up before they can get their ult off.
Well, they are going to be having to try and look for those kills onto the supports. If they're not able to, they're going to be overly strong. Oh, no! Oh, that's an unfortunate kill. Followed up by another kill by Domination. The B comes in to try and keep them alive as well. Huge amounts of health pools available to Blue Rose. Overtime, captured the point. Blue Rose equalizing the scoreline to 2-2. They are making sure that the reverse sweep is on the cards, because they are on a roll at the moment. They have some momentum.
They have some momentum here, but that being said, the 2 map types that are best for this soldier comp are Flashpoint and Push, because of how wide the different angles you can take, the weird lanes you can work around. The next map type is Escort. Soldier ain't doing shit on Escort.
Yeah, not many maps of Escort have been played by any team in the series. Both of these teams have played on Shambali Monastery once before. I believe that was in the last round of the regular season. So who knows how this is going to be turning out. But we do have the Cat and the Hog available for Team Blue Rose. So, Chaotic Nonsense Go is still available for Team Blue Rose as a strategy. So let's see if that's going to be working out for them.
Yeah, now Mango Nectar, their pick for Escort here. As they both have Punch and Volley, like you said. Not sure what the other Escorts, I believe, are Gibraltar, Dorado, and is it Circuit?
Well, let's see. For Escort, we've got Circuit Riel, Dorado, Shambali Monastery, and Watchpoint Gibraltar.
I could see them maybe trying to pull Circuit, but then again, Gala is a really good Widowmaker, so I don't know if you want to do that. So I could see Mango Nectar probably going back to what one got them first seed in the first place, which was their play on Shambali Monastery.
Absolutely. It is indeed the choice. They could go for the map pick, and they are probably going to be choosing Shambali Monastery, as what I would expect. And indeed, they are going to be going for it. They do have quite a bit of high ground, though, in the Shambali Monastery. Might we be seeing some Farah, some Hog, and perhaps a little bit of airdropping with the Cat as well?
I was surprised if we just see Sigma come out here from the side of Mango Nectar or the Orisa. Try to go back to what was winning them the first 2 maps, perhaps, as Now this map is like the one map where like it's harder to induce chaos because of how it's designed. Push and Flashpoint, you can induce chaos a lot more because the maps are more wide open. There's different lanes you can flank through. It's harder to track down people. So I don't think Foliage is going to play Soldier 76 here. If he did and they lost, then I think he's throwing, because Soldier really isn't good on control, hybrid, or escort, just because you can't take those super weird angles without being too far away for your damage to actually do anything and force attention. But that being said, Mango Nectar just saying, Mango Nectar I think has been PTSD banning, because the last 4 bans in a row have been off of like them losing like fights or maps to it.
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I genuinely do not know why they chose to go for the Soldier ban. Reinhardt ban surprises me, but I haven't seen how Mango Nectar choose to play Shamboli Monastery. It's certainly a tank that I suppose has been giving them a little bit of problems in the earlier 2 maps that we saw on in this series, right? The hybrid and the control point, where having that immense role is really quite something.
Yeah, as they're saying in chat, Frost actually called the Soldier ban in chat. I don't
believe it. I do not know how they managed to call the Soldier ban. That is unreal. I would never have expected a Soldier ban, because I think that Soldier is just utterly trash. I'll be honest. I think there's not a worse hero at the moment.
Just because Tree did it doesn't mean you do it, Foliage. Get off of Sierra. And they lost that map that they played Sierra as well. Oh, I mean, Jesus.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll see how this goes, right? We do have the hog, though. No cats to speak of.
Yeah, I don't know what Blue Rose is. Blue Rose has pretty much just gone to, we're gonna run what we feel like. Let's just spin a wheel. Let's land on this. All right, we're playing Sierra, guys.
Random BS go. Here we go. Blue Rose starting off the fight already with a little bit of poke as the hug goes in, but he's not able to find the kill. The Fisher is. The unfortunate member still real strong. 2 kills already going in the favor.
Oh my God.
Oh no! Oh no! We run straight to back to the spawn. Mango go.
Yeah, Mango Nectar haven't been able to find that many answers. I think they're more used to playing traditional comps, not this whatever. This, like, what team are you gonna scrim against that actually plays this? Probably nobody.
No, I don't think so. It's not something you're going to be preparing against. And oh, domination! I got yet another hog kill right off the bat. Not what you want to be seeing from Mango Nectar. Oh no!
Yeah, that's like
up as well. Flank! Oh, I'm betting this.
Well, domination is over there, and the rest of his team is on the other side, so this might be a problem.
It might be a little bit of a problem, but Hulk just has so much HP, and he's even going to be getting a speed boost soon as well from that perk.
Yeah, but look at how much damage that's doing in domination. Excuse me, you cannot jaywalk in front of everybody.
Yeah, you cannot be walking there. You need to be hiding behind cover, especially at that much HP. Just
no, but they lose a fish.
They have.
But I don't know
possibility for a recontest.
Domination's not going to do to try to get a contest here, but they don't? Question mark?
No, they don't quite manage in time, unfortunately. Just slightly off on the timing there. But there should be a clean fight for Blue Rose, though, to take victory and to gain a little bit of foothold on the second point.
Oh.
Never mind.
Fuchsia just ate rock to the face, as now Mango Nectar finally get going here, as that was a little bit, probably a miscom between who was touching the point, as they missed Bob even on top of that after that. Now domination ends up on Doomfist. So this might be a little bit of an issue here, as he really doesn't have anybody to dive with him.
No, it really doesn't. I mean, I'm not entirely sure why people keep clicking Doom out of nowhere, but unfortunately, blinded though, they're the one going with this incredible ultimate that's provided to them by Emre. Picked up one, not able to find any other, not able to find the 3K that they're looking for from that override protocol. Finds two though, but it's more than enough to provide team the opening that they need to take the rest of the point. And now it is getting closer and closer to second point with no real opportunity to contest from Blue Rose.
No, because Domination spends like all second on Doomfist because he survives. Trying to touch first means that they're just not a really optimal call. Now Domination over towards the Aristo Foliage, back towards the Venture, so the Sierra experiment, and it's just as fast as Team USA's Sierra experiment did.
Oh, indeed, it is. Quick to change around as well. You got a Venture coming out, no longer banned on this particular occasion.
Oh. But there's the disjointed. Foliage tries to push in while the rest of his team is all the way back in this high ground, so he has no help getting out there. And Mango Nectar can keep this pressure going with quite a few ultimates, and because of how many switches Mango Nectar Blue Rose have been making, they don't really have anything outside the sound barriers.
Indeed, but there is going to be ultimates from...
Why not? Doesn't get the sound barrier. Mango Nectar 4 hits in 4 seconds. Blue Rose. Unfortunately, this map is just not really well suited to induce the chaos comp that they want, and they have their work cut out for them to even match this monstrous time bank from Mango Nectar.
You know what? No, I think there's a chance, right? You gotta go with that cat hog to really go for that chaos strategy. Otherwise, you're just not going to be able to really maximize the chaos potential of that hog, right? I think that Domination was doing an excellent job with the hog, finding the picks where they need them, but clearly, though, it's just not worked out for them in those later rounds. They just, unfortunately, Mango Nectar did a little bit of a repeat of the hybrid map that we saw on Midtown. Right?
Except they didn't have a hold at all through that. They barely. I mean, 4 minutes and 4 seconds on Shambali. And Shambali's third point is not really the easiest to cap, but because of that flux matches to Ajax, why not? Who's the only ultimate they have at the time? It was gonna be rough. And now Blue Rose is yes. Just yes with what they're on right now.
I still have
I'm not sure if their plan is like to. I'm not sure if their plan is just like to have Domination go off in La La Land and flank, or if he's going to try to hook somebody and then Foliage is just going to pump them full of lead.
Well, I think Blue Rose, in that composition, they have 2 heroes there where their main strategy is just get one pick and hope to win the fight, right? That's pretty much how both Widowmaker and Hog go. Unfortunately, not going to be working that way this time around. Future probably going to be switching off now onto an Ashe, a little bit more mobile. Mango Nectar, they have the high ground. They're just kind of spamming it out, taking it slow and casual at the moment.
Yeah, now Blue Rose are just going to take a ton of poke walking off, especially Domination here, who is the one who's been put on card duty, and blinded finds Fush out early, but there is no shield from the side of Fish, and Fish ends up dropping early to try to put pressure, and actually does put quite a bit of pressure on, but Surly finds Sandy out of nowhere.
And that is not a good thing that you'd want to be happening, but the Hog is going to be getting isolated, somehow manages to make it out alive. And yet it's not able here, Blue Rose, to capitalize on that early pick onto Sandy. The Sandy's going to be surely going to be getting, but oh no! Fish, not like that! Gets killed. 2 of the 3 members down from Mango Nectar. Still losing all of the members now. And now Blue Rose finally have the opportunity to push it forward. A quick first fight, at least for now. But will they be able to keep up this momentum?
Sandy gets staggered too. I guess that's doing great.
Right.
They're close to like this override protocol, and they can't get a hold here where they're not like forced to. They're not like in desperation to touch like Blue Rose was when the card got to this point on Mango's attack.
Yeah, it is a. There's not quite this desperation.
Watch out for this hog though. What a nice ball from Kermit to save the Sigma.
Just barely, and unfortunately Fuchsia goes down as well, and that's not going to be the way that you want it. Now the Hog is getting slowed down and almost frozen even by this May.
Yeah, Fish hasn't been able to get up to full HP at all during this chaoses. Now, Blue Rose, that being said, Blue Rose haven't been able to find a single pickoff either. It's been pretty well played from Mango Nectar, just playing slow and not making any mistakes. It's a nice block on the hook there from Fish. And kind of lets out, considering they rush out, every ult just comes out at once as Blinding matches finally to find the pickoff on the foliage.
Indeed, but it's just not able to find the picks that they truly need to clean this. Oh no! Mango Nectar. Oh, they did find the picks they need though. It's their victory. I've got the ultimates as well to boot. Blue Rose, they invested a number of ultimates and it comes to fruition.
Yeah, and they only have this whole hog to work with. Your foliage is on Freya, so bullet shot is just basically a cooldown. Mango Nectar, they retain the summer and they retain this flux as Mango Nectar is calling for a quick pause. As Blue Rose only have a minute remaining to get this around the bend, and they only have the whole hog to work with, so not looking too hot for Blue Rose. As it seems like Blue Rose has been a flashpoint push team. And the instant, if the map order was different, where maybe you had push and then escort, if like flash and push were earlier, you might see or Blue Rose may be able to take this one, but they already have to deal with this monster's time. But they already have to deal with just getting through first point, second, and third, and then the monster's timing that Mango Nectar already has with how poor the defense went for Blue Rose. So Blue Rose, their work's cut out for them. Only a minute remaining on the clock just to get it around the final bend, and they don't really have that much to work with outside this whole hog from domination. That's not even really a guaranteed win, because the hog is actually the most vulnerable when he's using his ult. Even still, with the ability to take a breather, you're not really able. Then you're sacrificing your ult damage, but for your life, which is better. But it's tough right now because they threw everything they threw all their valuable ultimates in that fight where Mango Nectar managed to find out the picks that they need before.
Yeah, it is unfortunate for them. It is not going in the way of Blue Rose or the fans of Blue Rose. I hope the Blue Rose are not the kind of push and flashpoint teams that they seem to be making themselves out to be at the moment. I have faith. I have faith in the potential of a reverse sweep because it is still on the cards.
We are back into the game here, and now Blue Rose, what do you have left in the tank to try to continue the potential of this reverse sweep? As domination, he's trying to go for a flank. What a hook on the fish!
Well, that is the kind of hug that you need to secure this victory. Now with the tank gone, Mango Star have nothing to hide behind anymore. They're going to be losing their members left and right at this point.
And that's the miracle. What a miracle
first point.
The hook from domination secures the first point, and they don't even use any ult, so that allows Foliage and Fuchsia to get theirs closer to theirs. That being said, though, they do have the work cut out for them, because now I don't think unless they cap this point in under a minute, I don't think whatever they do, they can match the time bank that Mango has.
Well, you know what? I'm a believer in miracles, and I think the Blue Rose are going to be maybe on track for something. But unfortunately, this grab flux is going to be going down.
Fish! Oh,
Fish! It's going to get melted out, focused out, Fish goes down. And now, once again, there is nobody for Mango Nectar to hide behind. And why not? And Fuchsia are going ham in the backline, finding the kills like that.
Yeah, Foliage had a little bit of what are you aiming at moment there as he missed three bolts on Blind, who's not even really moving. But now Blue Rose, it did cost them their bullet shot and their whole hog, and domination gets cut out early, so that means Mango Nectar might be able to actually have a hold here unless Fuchsia maybe can find a couple picks. But now Fuchsia's all by himself in the backline. But Surly pulls him out of nowhere to try to help him, and here comes the beam from Saga to get it off before it would have gone down. Now Surly gets killed. Fuchsia does find Saga, and the rock from Fish across the map will find Fuchsia. So now Blue Rose, they get a little more card pressure because of the heroics of Fuchsia and Surly, but only a minute 30 remaining here, and now they have support ultimate, but Mango Nectar are going to have DPS and a Kitsune as well.
Yeah, with these ultimates available from Blue Rose, they are going to be it's certainly powerful, but with Mango Nectar having an ultimate of Casino Rush themselves, they're going to be able to counter that by going a little bit later, dealing a damaging blow and equalizing the field a little bit. As they seem to go well, they use their ultimates, they're trying to barrel in here onto Mango Nectar, and there's a victory for Blue Rose so far. Finding the picks that they need, and it's cleanup time, but they invested like 2 ultimates in that. Was that an over-investment from Blue Rose?
I mean, they have to get the point because like now they can't do anything to match time bank that Mango has, but they invest the Kitsune, but the Kitsune from Sandy just baits out Kitsune and Tidal Blast and Bullet Shot from the side of Blue Rose. And yes, the Tidal Blast does its job; it prevents anything follow up from the Blizzard that was thrown by Kermaster. But Kermaster's Blizzard is just to lock off the Kitsune Rush, so it's a little bit of a split. So that could have gone either way. And then Blinded retains this override protocol here to try to get a chokehold back on this defense.
And it might be something of an opportunity there. Although Domination here looking for the hook, try and get the opportunity of the kill onto Fish, but the opportunity does not arise. Here though, oh no, focus in the back lane, and Freya not able to find the kill. Blinded picks up instead. Freya has time remaining.
Anchor Master finds Crucial late. Domination cannot go down now as minute 23 remaining on the clock here, and Mango Nectar are going to have almost 5 ultimates here in this final fight. Blue Rose, yes, they have this blade. Sterling dies very late. You can't afford that now. Now it's a guaranteed overtime push for the side of Blue Rose, unless they just come and because where the card's located. Even if they full wipe Mango Nectar, it's gonna be they're gonna get the card. They have to get the card through in OT.
And OT is the only option available for Blue Rose at the moment. I mean, you don't want to be going to that. You're not going to have much of an opportunity on the defense. But these ultimates and these walls are coming as they get pulled up. An ultimate here as well from Mango Nectar. Just throwing them out.
Yeah, and Domination gets caught with a Blizzard. Oh no.
And that'll be more than enough though. Mango Nectar.
Fish might have gone too far, but he does get bailed out by his team. And that was only a Blizzard just from Mango Nectar, so they have 4 ultimates available. That being said, it's going to be a big ult fight from both sides. Both sides have 4 ultimates available, so it's going to be which team can get more value from their Qs.
As these Qs are going to be killing up.
Oh no!
That is one way to be taking this fight. Beat though comes to keep Mango Nectar alive for even longer. Override Protocol's finding 2-3 kills. Codemaster cleaning up, and now it's just a few seconds remaining.
It was valiant effort there from Blue Rose, but in the end, not enough. Mango Nectar stave off the reverse sweep and move on to try to get the revenge against Hidden King in the grand finals.
Yeah, absolutely. Mango Nectar heading straight into the grand final. It's going to be heading off against Hidden King, and that is a fight that I'm going to be looking forward to. Not yet scheduled, I believe, but with how this fight has gone, it is unfortunate for any Blue Rose fans that their run has ended here, and it was a strong performance from them, pushing Mango Nectar to the edge. And well, I wonder how well Mango Nectar will be able to push Hidden King to the edge, because they unfortunately have been knocked out down into the losers bracket before by Hidden King. A rematch between Mango Nectar and Hidden King for the crowning jewel of first place in this tournament.
Yeah, so now with the funny thing being said that you mentioned, it was a rematch of like I think upper finals. If Amatori beat Odin and they move on to face Siren Song, that would be a rematch of upper finals as well. And upper final rematch is already happening in C League later this week between Elvish and Freefall. So a brilliant effort from Blue Rose here though to try to bring it back from the brink of defeat, but in the end, just not enough to get past the juggernaut that has been Mango Nectar, as Mango Nectar will move on to face Hidden King in the grand finals. But if you're Blue Rose, you had to be more consistent on the other map types outside of Push and Flashpoint. But
covering those weaknesses is important. Especially when you're in the players division, those kind of weaknesses are going to be found out, and well, unfortunately for them, kind of just the play of the cards worked against them in the end.
Yeah, but as we always do here, we do give player of the match or MVP, and it was I didn't want to be cliche and just give it to Fish because he already won MVP of B League. So why not talk about the guy who kind of came alive on that final map here, the seal it for a team, Blinded.
Yeah, I mean, Blinded is certainly a DPS who was getting those shots, getting those kills when they most needed it, was playing in the right positions too, and wasn't quite getting the, wasn't playing like the hog of domination and finding the kind of chaos opportunities, but was certainly something that, it's more than deserving. Fish, yes, like you mentioned, has already got an MVP before in the awards. I think that Blinded is a perfectly good choice, being very flexible with all the different DPS characters that they were playing too. I mean, what can I say? And at least they are not the infamous Shion either, so.
Yeah, Kern's got to hit the Kovacs a little bit before we're going up against Hidden King later this week. But
I don't know though, man.
Just double checking to see if Blue Rose wanted to do an exit interview at all. It doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, I was about to say though, Fish though, they were able to force that Ajax, which is not something I was ever expecting. Beautiful moment.
It was bound to happen eventually. Ajax was bound to happen eventually, but a nice 5-map banger to end it for this semifinals. Blue Rose will bow out in 3rd place, but not a bad finish at all for the squad. Gained top 3 in BPLB, so a pretty good showing. And maybe we look at this differently. Maybe if they had their full lineup, if they didn't have a PC, if they didn't have PC or power issues, maybe this would have ended up differently. But in the end, it's stuff that's out of your control with that. So Blue Rose 3rd place finish for B League. Not a bad finish for them, especially with it being a par org, which par orgs are usually like up in the top of the standings of each division. But taking a look at the matches that will be happening later this week. So tomorrow in the A League, we'll be having Amatori versus Odin. The rematch, I believe, of upper round 2. Last time these two teams clashed, Odin fell to Amatori in a reverse sweep. The winner of that will move on to face Siren Song in the grand finals. You saw Mango Nectar take down Blue Rose in a 5-map series, so they move on to face Hidden King, which will be scheduled later this week. And then finishing out in the C League, you have Freefall versus Elvish Soul Knife. That grand finals is locked in and ready to go. That'll be scheduled later this week, as well as, I believe, just waiting on the lower finals for A-League to complete before they go ahead and schedule those grand finals matches.
We are going to be getting a lot of games coming up shortly, and those are games that you cannot be missing. So the best way to find out when they are happening is, of course, by following us on our social media and Twitch, even perhaps joining our Discord too, to learn out when we go live. In fact, if you want to be joining us
we might be getting foliage in here.
Indeed.
There it is.
Yo, what's going on?
How you doing, Foliage? Not the way you want it to end, but you guys are. It's so entertaining to watch when you just. I didn't think that was gonna work on Push and Flash, and then it ended up working.
That's what we were doing the whole season. Now, contextually, like, I have to put this into perspective. Our support players have been getting blown up with issues this whole season. So
did your flex support PC explode after week 5?
So 80 had their computer straight up. There was something with water. I don't know what the whole situation is, but their computer is gone now. That doesn't exist anymore. And then we're doing our warm up, and literally 4 minutes before the match comes and rolls around, our main support, Best Beans, his power goes completely out. So now we're down 2 support players, and one of our DPS can't show up. So we're going in today with it's house money. We don't know what's going on. But we had fun, and that was the kind of stuff that we did all season. Domination loves Roadhog, so we tried to play around Roadhog on a lot of those push maps. and it usually works pretty well.
Yeah.
It ended up working pretty well on that push map, and then the Soldier 76 game, like I understand the concept of it on Flash and Push. It's like it's probably those are the two best map modes probably for Soldier just because of how it's designed. But coming down to Escort, a little tough there.
Yeah, and you know we usually like to play a lot of Cat Kiriko on those maps, but Best Beans was our cat player, so we tried to adjust on the fly today. And it happens, you know. I think we did pretty well considering the circumstances. Mango Nectar is a very, very strong team, so I'll give them the credit where credit's due, and I hope that they do well in finals.
Yeah, but do you have any shout-outs, parting words to say for anybody out there? You were part of a par org, so pretty high standards to live up to, my opinion, being part of par org last season.
Oh, no. I mean, a huge shout out to Para for like kind of helping us out the whole season, finding scrims, doing us a favor with like finding ringers. Like today, we, had to find an emergency ringer, so we were trying to look around. And then there was the whole thing with Face It too. No, and shout out to the rest of the team as well. Gala getting a role star, very, very happy with that. He was great all season. Big shout out to Why Not as well for picking up the flex support when AD's computer went down and kind of stepping up and kind of moving us through the playoffs as far as we could get. So, yeah, that's pretty much it from me.
Hey, well, thank you for the final words, Foliage, and well, hopefully we'll see you next season. I know you've been competing in BPL for quite a while. So.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'm intending on stopping. So
yeah, you've always been like one of the players that I'm like, I don't want to play against this guy because I played against him before and it wasn't fun.
Yeah, I play a lot of weird characters, so I get that a lot.
The Venture, dude. Your Venture was like, I don't want to deal with this anymore.
It's annoying, and that's the point.
Well, anyway, thank you, Foliage, and not the way you wanted to end, but top 3 finish is not really bad for you guys.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. You guys have a good night.
Good to man.
Thank you. Wish you the best of luck in any future BPL seasons that you compete in. But I believe that this might be the end for us for today, at least. We got a few other matches coming up, so make sure to follow, subscribe, join the Discord, maybe even take part next season if that is something that you would like to do. But it has been an incredible match today. We've had some incredible moments, right? With Midtown, unbelievable match that was, and
we saw the Roadhog come out on push.
I mean, indeed, we saw the Roadhog come out and Blue Rose as well. They nearly had a reverse sweep on their hands. If they just weren't quite able to
there
seal the deal in the escort map at the end.
Yeah, but if you're like Yap said, if you're talking about me competing in BPL, and I believe that the next BPL event coming up after the season has concluded is the return of the BPL World Cup. So there again, sign-ups, I believe, opened last weekend. That will be found in the announcement section of this Discord. There's a form that they have to fill out, and then once they get all that stuff done, they'll sort out like the different regions and stuff. But I believe that's happening in sometime in September.
Yes, indeed. So make sure to get yourself busy and sign up for that event, because I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm sure you're going to be meeting all sorts of chaotic gremlins like we did today with Adventure, Roadhog, Cat, Bastion, you name it. And it's going to be an absolute blast. The kind of things that we love to see. But I think that is all from me for today. I hope to catch you next time.